This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium 2017 in Vancouver. I have with me Ari Sussman, Continental Gold. It's a publicly traded company, and the symbol is CNL on the TSX and CGOOF in the US. Welcome to SNNLive.
Thank you for having me, Shelley. I really appreciate the opportunity.
It's good to have you. Tell our audience an overview of the company to begin with, and then we'll go from there.
Pretty simple. We're building the first modern large-scale gold mine in Colombia.
Wow, that's a big statement. Tell me what you have to back that up.
We've got a very large world-class resource, approximately 10 million ounces of gold in all categories, coupled with a reserve of 3.7 million ounces of gold at about 8.5 grams per ton.
Now, where is the land package located exactly?
We're located about 2-hour drive from Medellin on the Pan American Highway. It's a beautiful area, it's a pretty straight drive, and we're full of infrastructure with power, water, roads, and labor readily available.
And this is a friendly district, and let's comment on Colombia, if it's changed at all.
Colombia has been changing since about 2000. Most importantly, recently, they signed a peace agreement with FARC, which is the last major rebel group, I believe, in the world. And as a consequence, the country is anticipated to boom in the coming years and decades to follow.
How long have you been in Colombia?
I personally opened office there in 2003, and we put Continental Gold together in late 2009.
Are you doing a drill program at the moment?
In fact, we just started one for the first time in 2.5 years on Monday of this past week. We were busy permitting prior to that and raising the money for the mine, and now we're on our way into construction and going to get very active with the drill rig again.
How extensive is the drill rig going to be?
We're still working out the numbers, but I suspect it's going to be well over an additional 100,000 meters during the construction period, maybe 150,000 meters.
So this land package in all is how large?
It's a very large land package at our asset, which is called Buriticá. It's about 70,000 hectares of land, no room for interlopers to come in. And we also control other prospective land packages throughout Colombia. We're trying to capture as much potential upside as we can in that country.
How close to surface have you discovered anything?
We're going to be building an underground mine. It's not a surface mine, but we have a very nice advantage. Our deposit's situated inside a mountain with a nice valley at the bottom, and the mill for producing the gold will be in the valley. So everything that comes out of the ground will come down and work with gravity versus trucking up.
Now, what's your background?
My background is in finance. I got into the mining business completely by accident. I was working with a fund that did convertible bond arbitrage in the 1990s, which has nothing to do with this mining space. And I started investing in mining stocks with a little bit of the spare money in the fund, and that's how things evolved. And once the commodity price collapsed in the late 1990s, 2000, I decided to jump into mining on a full-time basis.
Why Colombia?
It's a great question, one I get asked every day. A few reasons. One, I went to Colombia in the 1990s when it was a very scary place. I was in Medellin, which is where our head office is today. But going back in the early 2000s, it was very clear if you were on the ground that things were turning for the better. Former President Uribe did an excellent job at cleaning up the security situation. And the other reason is as follows. People always ask me about political risk in Colombia, and I say the risk is not political, it was security. Colombia's had always, at least for 50 years anyways, a very pro-business, right-wing elected government, excellent laws, and on top of that, it's the last frontier left in Latin America for major gold discoveries.
And that's because no one could get into the country and be safe, correct?
Exactly. You know, the technological wave in mining took place in the 80s and 90s, and due to Colombia's security situation, it missed the boat. So here we are today exploring. You know, we have a large deposit, as I mentioned. It's not going to be the only one found. There will be many more found in this wonderful country.
Ari, let's get your website out there for more information for our investor audience, if you would.
It's www.continentalgold.com. All the information you would ever need is on the website, but in addition, you can call us on the phone numbers available on that website.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ari Sussman, Continental Gold, publicly traded company. I'm going to give you two symbols. It's CNL on the Toronto Stock Exchange, CGOOF on the OTC in the U.S. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We're coming to you live from the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium 2017 right here in Vancouver. Ari, thanks for coming on. A pleasure to have you.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
You got it.